I put the not in astronaut. I've never done anything. I've never done a spacewalk. I can't even moonwalk.
You married into that family. Now they're dead. What you didn't know is that this goes far beyond them. By surviving hide and seek, you've triggered a new game. This time against the High Council families. Double or nothing. This part will be familiar. They will try to kill you.
Welcome to our home.
And welcome to Talking About the Movies. This is, of course, the show where we look at the biggest new releases of the weekend, and we've got two big new releases to look at here, including the latest film from Phil Lord and Chris Miller, based off of the book from the writer of The Martian. We'll take a look at that first, but then we'll also take a look at the sequel with radio silence that is not Scream 7. Well, it wasn't Scream 7 to be as it is, but they were originally attached to do it, of course, before the chaos behind that movie took place. But good thing they didn't, because probably we wouldn't have Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, because of that. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first and foremost, let's get to what is surely going to be the biggest new release of the weekend, and easily the highlight of the year for many people, myself included. Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Project Hail Mary. There's literally about to say Project Hail Mary, and I went to Paul for some reason. Like, why am I saying Paul? But this is Project Hail Mary. This is, of course, based off of the book by Andy Weir, who gave us The Martian, which in and of itself was turned into a pretty brilliant adaptation from director Ridley Scott. Probably his last great movie, in my opinion. But in this movie, this is based off the book, where you have Ryan Gosling as a middle school science teacher named Ryland Grace, who is brought along on this mission to go into space and try to save the world. He wakes on the spacecraft with no memory of how he comes to be there, and he comes across the universe and also comes across all these unique things, such as this character Rocky, and chaos and hilarity ensues. Which there is some comedy in this, but yeah, this is one of those movies where every once in a while you get a sci-fi movie in the muck of all these other sci-fi concepts that are trying to become franchises and just fail miserably at it. You got your stuff like your Transcendent, stuff like Lucy, stuff like Remembrance or Infinite. These type of films that try to become the next big thing, and they just weren't trying to capture that magic of old classic films like 2001: A Space Odyssey. But every once in a while you get a really good one, like the aforementioned The Martian, or Gravity, or Ex Machina, or there was one recently that I can't remember what it was, but I know there was another one out there, but I mean, one of the examples I'm thinking of here of one that didn't really work out all that well is Interstellar, like a movie that's trying to be like a 2001: A Space Odyssey, or Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or E.T. One of these movie-going experiences that you'll never forget when you see it, because of how unique and creative the filmmakers did the best they could to take the source material and turn it into a pretty epic film in general that will never be forgotten. Project Hail Mary is definitely one of those movies, and I gotta say, man, this probably is one of the best sci-fi films I have ever seen. I mean, this movie is absolutely incredible. It was amazing seeing this on a big screen, seeing space in general look as great as it is, and this is the type of movie that a lot of other movies really have a hard time doing. This movie focuses on the visuals, but they have great filmmakers in Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and a great writer in Drew Goddard, that want to tell a very good story with these characters. Want to get us to know these characters, want us to root for these characters, and this movie definitely does that and then some. This movie is absolutely amazing. There is not a single flaw with this film that I could see on any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form is what I'm trying to say, but no, from the beginning, you're so compelled into this film because you get to see, like, the old MGM logo from, like, the 1970s, where, granted, it's kind of a little bit off because it starts off with the Amazon original film thing. It's just kind of like, I mean, I get it. Amazon and MGM, they're the same company, but you could have put an Amazon company underneath the MGM logo, and we wouldn't have minded. I mean, Universal does that a lot with their movies when they bring back their old studio logos, but when MGM did it for this, I mean, it's cool to see it on the big screen, but at the same time, it's just kind of like that Amazon original thing just kind of feels like it's kind of forced in there. Like, You could have thought of a better way to put it in there, but regardless of that, I mean, that's probably a small little nitpicky thing that I had with this, but yeah, the rest of the movie in general is absolutely amazing. Ryan Gosling once again gives another spectacular performance. Another great movie of his. I mean, he's 3 for 3 in the last couple of years. Barbie, I really like The Fall Guy from a couple of years ago that not a lot of people got to see. And this one definitely is one of his highlight films. I mean, this is a movie where it works because you are so committed to your male lead. And Ryan Gosling is such a likable character in this movie. And you do want to see him figure out what's going on and seeing all the stuff that he's seeing. And it has a great cast around it. You know, Sandra Huller from Anatomy of a Murder. I think is that what it's called? Anatomy of a Murder? Anatomy of a Fall, excuse me. Anatomy of a Fall. She's also in The Zone of Interest. It's cool. She was pretty good in this as well. It's cool to see some of the other people in this movie, too. You got Melania Van Traub, who I think is a terrific character actress, who's very funny, and you see her on the AT&T commercials. She gets a chance to show what she can do in a role like this. Lionel Boyce, Ken Leung, and just a terrific cast in general here. It's another one of those movies where they take something that should not be that intriguing, a character that is very much quiet throughout much of the movie, and gives him a personality to it. Rocky, the alien Rylan encounters on here, and yeah, he's a lot of fun to look at here because it's a mix between CG and also mostly practical effects. And that's what I give the movie a lot of credit for. It does use a lot of practical effects mixed in with the CG, and more movies should be like that. More movies need to be like that, and not just go strictly for CG or trying to go for AI. And even if there was AI in here, they did a pretty good job of not making it seem like it was obvious. If there was any in there, which I don't think there was, because I would have probably heard about it by now, But what I think this movie really does is that it gives you an epic adventure that you are so attached to. You don't care that the film is a little over 2.5 hours long. You don't care that you're sitting there for a long time. You're so invested in the adventure that this guy is going on here. That's what a great movie like this should do. It should keep you invested in everything that is going on here. And really, if this is anything, it shows that Phil Lord and Chris Miller really are the future of the movies. I mean, these are guys that just keep making one great movie after another. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the 21 Jump Street, the sequel 22 Jump Street, the Lego Movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and now here they are again with another masterpiece of a movie that is definitely going to be remembered for a long, long time. This is probably going to be one of the best movies of the decade when it's all said and done. That's how great of a movie this is. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's an Oscar contender next year. I mean, this is a movie that feels like it could be a heavy contender for the Academy Awards, much like how Sinners was this past year. It'll be a movie that people will not forget, and if they did forget, then either the rest of the year's movies are going to be outstanding, or they'll just be gaswords about it. The Academy are, but yeah, overall, I did really enjoy this movie a lot. I think it's a fun ride all across the board. It's a towering achievement. It's the best movie I've seen so far this year. I mean, we're only a couple months in, but yeah, this is going to be a movie that I'll definitely remember when my top 10 list gets ready to come to life next year. It's by the end of this year, but yeah, not much more to say about it, except definitely go see Project Hail Mary. You probably have already seen it. If not, go out there and see it, man. It is definitely a high recommendation. Thumbs way up on Project Hail Mary. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Project Hail Mary. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll take a look at Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. But before that, here's a look at some movies now available on Blu-ray. I know that this is a sequel to Ready or Not, but honestly, you could have taken the 2 out of there and just call it Ready or Not, Here I Come. I mean, that would make too much sense, but if that's the one flaw I have with this movie, then so be it. It's like what I said about the beginning of Project Hail Mary, but Welcome back. We are taking a look at Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which is, of course, the direct sequel to the 2019 surprise hit Ready or Not, which, yeah, was a delightfully enjoyable film, directed by Matt Betinian-Open and Tyler Gillett, a.k.a. Radio Silence, who, of course, are the same guys who have been working on such films as VHS, Southbound, the original Ready or Not, the 2 Scream movies that kind of restarted the franchise, and then their last film was Abigail, which was an underrated movie from 2024. Really, their only bad film was Devil's Due, which was basically them just making a movie so they can get caught up in the found footage boom that was happening around that time. It really wasn't their fault that movie was terrible, but even if it is, they definitely have gotten better over time. And Ready or Not 2 definitely is an example of why anytime these guys make a movie, I'm right there opening weekend. So as the film continues off where it left off, we have Samara Weaving's Grace Macaulay. She survived the sacrificial ritual at the Ladomas property, then collapses outside, is taken to a hospital, and reunited with her estranged sister Faith, played by Catherine Newton. And, she must protect her sister while being hunted by 4 rival elite families in a high-stakes ritual to claim a seat of ultimate power. And, like I said, thank God Scream 7 did not have these guys involved with it, because if they did, we probably wouldn't have gotten this movie. And I say that because the movie is pretty friggin' awesome. If you love the original Ready or Not, you're definitely going to love the hell out of this movie, too, because, yeah, it is a ton of fun all across the board, just like the original film is. The original film was very fun, had one of the funniest, goriest, over-the-top death endings you will ever see in your life. I still think about the way that ended to this very day, and it's absolute brilliance. It's absolutely amazing. And this one definitely has a lot of those same aspects that make this one fun as well. I mean, a strong cast with newcomers in Catherine Newton, Sean Hatosi, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Elijah Wood, Neston Carbonell, Kevin Durant. David Cronenberg is in this movie as an actor. I mean, it's very rare to see him as an actor in this, but yeah, he's still pretty awesome in this, but as an actor. But yeah, the movie overall is really damn good. It's an impressively put together film, and it works because you love the camaraderie between Weaving and also Newton as they're going through this situation where they're handcuffed together and have to basically get away from these people. And the movie kind of takes a Most Dangerous Game aspect in it. If you've ever seen any of the Most Dangerous Game adaptations, this is definitely one of those movies that feels like that. We have all these rich families coming to get these 2 girls, and yeah, it's a ton of fun all across the board. It's silly, it's goofy. There are times when it can get a little suspenseful, and the action overall and the comedy is top-notch. It's a movie that you'd really expect from Radio Silence to really up the ante on, and they do just that and then some. It's a ton of fun. It's ridiculous. It's silly. It's all over the board, and I enjoyed the hell out of it for what they accomplished. You love the first one, you're definitely going to love the second one very much. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Here I come to see it again sometime soon. Thumbs up on this movie. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, and Project Hail Mary. If you get that pop-up, by the way. If you like this and want to see more videos like this, there's the like button, subscribe button, notification button, and tell me what you think of both movies. We also have our playlist, and also the reviews from the last video I did, Hoppers and The Bride. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm one of the few people that actually really like that movie, and I just completely forgot about it. But yeah, if you want to see my reviews for Hopper and The Bride, there they are right there. And with all that said, I don't think I get another week off here, and then I come back in a couple weeks to talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I just watched the original Super Mario Brothers movie on NBC. It was on tonight, and yeah, I'm ready for the next one, man. I can't wait to see it. So we'll have a review for that coming up in 2 weeks' time. But thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, thanks for watching. Take care.